What's up, folks? It's Ruben Bressler, and I'm back in the sideboard with Davis Merced. How you doing?
How's it going?
Nice. And you're in the Standard Open.
I am.
And this is the tail end of Scars of Mirrored and Standard. And you sort of decided, you know, at the end here, let's give a last hurrah for Tempered Steel. And so you've got Tempered Steel here. Tell us a little bit about why you chose the deck.
Well, I think it's pretty well positioned right now. Not a lot of people are expecting it. It's got a pretty good matchup against Pod. Pod just kind of sits there and dirtles around until like turn 4 or 5, and then you're just slamming dudes and smashing in. And then Delver's pretty even, I'd say. Like, the gut shots hurt a lot, but if you can deal with their turn 1 Delver, you pretty much got the game set. So. Yeah,
and you can actually, this is actually a deck that can keep up with zombies.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice.
Zombies not doing anything until like turn 4 because none of their dudes are blocking until turn 4.
Exactly.
So.
And you've got Dispatch for their messengers,
oh, yeah, Dispatch
for their Gravecallers. Seems good. You've got a lot of fake creatures in the deck. You have a lot of real creatures also, like Mem Knights, Vault Scourge, Edge Champion, as we all know. But you've also got Glint Hawk Idol and Origin Spellbomb. Now, Origin Spellbomb is one that I don't think I remember too much from the original Tempered Steel list. I could be mistaken.
I think it was there. I wasn't playing the deck a lot then at that time, but it's really good. Mainly because it just it counts for your Metalcraft.
Sure.
And sometimes you don't have a dude to play to turn your Glint Hawks on, so you can just pop it, get a dude in, and then draw a card.
Excellent.
Which is fine.
Now we do have a couple additions from Innistrad.
Oh yeah, some good additions.
Some good additions. We'll start with the Slayer's Strongholds down there in the front with the lands.
Slayer is awesome. It pushes that extra damage through with Vault Scourge is great. The lifelink is insane. But it's really good with the Inkmoth Nexus. In those really long games, you go against like the control matchups. You don't have any cards in your hand. You just top deck an Inkmoth and just slay in for 5. You got a Tempered Steel on board. So
now we got another real spicy singleton, which is Rally the Peasants.
Yeah, that card's sweet.
For those of you who don't know what Rally the Peasants is, it's basically Trumpet Blast with flashback.
Not even.
It's not even Trumpet Blast.
Yeah.
It's even you can do it on your turn for your blockers. Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit about that card.
It's just it's a Miser one. But it's pretty good. Like, you can catch them off guard. Like,
sure.
So, like sometimes against Pod, like I played against a Pod opponent and just like 10'd him in one turn, which was sweet. Usually comes out, but it's just good for a
surprise
factor.
Sure.
So.
And you're only allowed to play 4 Tempered Steel.
Yeah.
You got to have something else to be the sort of 5th over the top card there.
For sure.
So we get the main deck. Let's move to the sideboard. We got some real interesting ones in the sideboard. I think Hero of Bladehold was a card that was in main decks of Tempered Steel for a while. Those come in against
like ramp strategies and control strategies, but they're not really there anymore.
Oh, okay.
It's there just maybe as a good catch-all.
Sure.
But I opted to cut those for the better white card.
Right, and that was the one I was going to next. Delver has been adopting Knight of Glory. As sort of an answer to zombies, and it's very obviously very good. It seems even better in this deck because you have a turn 1 attacker, so you can sometimes get in for 3 damage before it sits back on defense duty.
Yeah, it's even sweet. Like sometimes, like I had to play against Mono Black last round, so it was just a great card with it. And I went turn 1. What's that card called? Signal Pest, and then just followed up with turn 2 Knight of Glory, and just smash for 1 with the Signal Pest at least. So.
And you've got Spell Skites presumably for the Infect matchup.
Oh yeah, like Infect's pretty rough too. So.
And you've got one of Shrine of Loyal Legions in the sideboard, none in the main deck. Now, I think that this was like one of the real cards of Tempered Steel back when it was really popular. And you've relegated it to 1 slot in the sideboard.
Yeah, it's really slow. I don't like it in the main board at all. Like I had it in the main board at one point, didn't like it. Moved it to the sideboard. Just bring it in against the decks that have sweepers, like Mutilates, Day of Judgments, Slag Storms, stuff like that.
And I noticed that this is the one aggro deck that actually gets to run Whip Flare, which is awesome.
Yeah, it's sweet. I got the one in the main board. It just seemed good.
Yep, especially against like Wolf Run.
Yeah,
when their answer to catching like Huntmaster of the Fells doesn't kill anything you have.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet against zombies too, because you can kill a Drops Messenger, get it tapped again, so you can just swing through it.
Nice,
which is cool.
Well, this is pretty much the last weekend, the last major tournament at least for Tempered Steel, and for all of Scars Block for that matter. Is there anything even close to this aggressive that you've seen coming out soon?
I think the new mono red decks look sweet. I'm a big fan of mono red. Either the Rakdos mono red deck seems sweet. Those 2 new haste guys, Ash Zealot's sweet.
Yep.
I really
Ash
like that
Zealot
card.
and Rakdos Shred Freak.
Yeah, Ash Zealot
Pairing
was-
up with your Rakdos Cacklers. You're that kind of player?
Yeah, that cards. Those cards are sweet. I
Excellent.
really like
Well,
those cards
I'm
a lot.
looking forward
so.
to that. Hopefully we'll get something close to as aggressive as this so that you can just turn guys sideways. That's all you really want to be doing. Thank you so much for joining
Thank
me
you
at the
for
Sideboard.
having me.